Welcome to Icarus. This video is intended for beginners to give you an idea of quick ways to level up. The goal here is to...
If you want to complete missions for the UDA, you'll need to craft a short-range radio. Plenty of folks need help, and factions pay well for prospectors that offer their time. Up to you. Stay safe.
The goal is to learn quick ways to level up. Most of the tools in the beginning, if you go to the crafting menu, which is letter O on the, require fiber, stick, stone, so on and so forth. And these change depending on what item, obviously. And it looks here like we need 6 stone as the base for both of these here. So that's what I want to grab off the ground, 6 stone, so I can make a pickaxe. And then from there, rather than picking them up off the ground, grab some of this fiber and get it out of the way, because it will be hiding in there. I've got 5 stone. That stick out of the way. There's my 6. I'll make the pickaxe, and now grinding out stone is a lot easier, and grinding out XP is quicker, because then I can just find a stone that's close proximity, go over to it, and just start chipping away at it. And you literally should be able to XP up. As you notice, I stopped there quick because my stamina got too low. And I grabbed those berries. The berries, if you look here, everything has a little bit of a perk. We'll go back to it there, and that gives you 50% plus maximum stamina. And all you have to do is consume 1 to get that benefit there. And consuming 1 also refreshes the rot timer, because meat, sand, plants do rot, and so you want to just grab the top one off, then it'll refresh it. Now that I've leveled up to level 1, I'm going to grab a weapon, because you can barely defend yourself with a stone axe against a wolf, but that's just one wolf, and they commonly hunt in packs. I'm going to grab the wood building base set, campfire, and basic water purifier. And first thing I'm going to do here is grab enough stuff to make the campfire. Because of this, if you look at the basic water purifier, this one here can be deployed in a river and doesn't require rain. This one collects rain and is therefore useless in a drought. But as you can see, both of them require charcoal, and the only way to get charcoal is in a campfire. So let's go back over here right next to this and drop the campfire. Holding control and clicking on it in your inventory transfers it to your hotbar, by the way. So I'm going to go back to main screen here, go to the hotbar, just deploy that, and then we have to make ourselves up. Have to grab some sticks to make ourselves up some a tree axe. Here you see small tree, it says harvest for sticks. That's your preferred method. You don't want to be going around looking on the ground for one stick after another and so on and so forth. So that should literally be enough sticks to make that pickaxe there. And then we'll make ourselves the knives. Hopefully we have enough to make the... I carry 3 knives on me, and you'll see why in a little bit later in this episode. They're pretty much quintessential. let's grab some wood to throw on that fire and then start building our building here. So I move that axe to number 5. I discovered that I was concentrating too much on building in the beginning, and I had always run out of water before I'd gotten enough charcoal. And so building this like right off the bat will give me the ability to have enough charcoal. Yeah, and I've got over 100 wood there, so I'm just going to throw that 100 in the fire and just let it do its thing. Now don't walk on it because, well, yeah, you'll catch yourself on fire and then anything else you're around. And I'll discuss that again in a later post, because a lot of new players here think of a campfire as the same thing as a fireplace or fire pit or something, and they're not. They're extremely dangerous, and you can, if you're inside your dwelling, wood dwelling, you can step in them, catch yourself on fire, and spread that entirely across the dwelling, catching your whole house on fire and destroying it, and potentially everything inside. So that would be a big no-no. And I'm not even going to bother. Picking up those little sticks like that is a waste of time. I'm going to go here, and one thing to realize is that the crafted material weighs less than what it does as base material, and so it's to your benefit to craft as you go and use up everything. Plus, it'll tell you what you need as far as materials. I hear a wolf around here somewhere, so there we go. We're going to need some fur, so we'll just... We'll just snatch him up. And as you can see, my knife there is taking damage already, and even more skinning, and then broke just on one animal. I've actually had instances where I've broke the knives off in the animal's head, so that wasn't good. On the first swing at it, broke the knife off in their head. And so I had to switch to another knife quickly to get the kill shot. So 160 wood we need to finish those 8 wall sections. I built a 2x2, so if you do the math, it's 4 floor sections, 8 wall sections, and then 4 roof sections. We're also going to use 2 roof sections for stairs, for a total of 6, and then a few other things I'll explain along the way. So what do we have here? If you look over on the right hand side, 81 wood. So we got a little ways yet, 101. Might have to chop another one just to get the walls done. Yep, we will. Now the way that you fell trees is kind of also important. You don't always want to fall them into empty spots like that. For instance, if you're also needing fiber at the same time, falling a tree into the fiber patch is advantageous, because then you get to grab all this stuff around as you're working it. And I'll explain why I did the stump second here in a minute. It has to do with the stamina. Basically, if you go straight to the stump after you fell the tree, you run out of stamina before you actually get the stump broken out of the out of the ground and into the 4 pieces. Let's see, 277 wood is plenty to build that. Don't want to become over encumbered, so I'm going to craft that stuff. 4 angled pieces for the sides. The 4 roof sections plus 2 for the ramps. It says I need something, so I'll finish this, and then if you look on the lower right hand side, you'll see that it's actually still crafting as I'm working doing other things. And I think I'm on the 3rd corner piece, 4th just finished here. So now we can get an accurate idea what it needs. Apparently we were missing wood and we caught that up. So I'm going to grab that. Then I'm going to go to the tech tree since we're leveled up and grab a few more things. A wood hammer is necessary not only to repair building the wood structures, but to remove unwanted items or mistakes. And I'm going to grab the wood building trim set because it has the wood windows in it, and this because it has wood half pieces in it. And you'll see why in a minute here. So now I'm going to go to crafting, and as you can see, some of that stuff popped up. So I'm going to get the 2 half pieces, a ladder, you'll see why, 2 doors. It says I need wood already, so I'm going to fill this one basically towards that fireplace, because as soon as we've got all the pieces built, again going after this top piece first, so my stamina can recharge before I go to this. If you look over in the lower left hand corner, you can see the little icon for berries, and you see it's counting down 30 seconds now. That's basically, I'm going to lose that stamina bonus here in that 30 seconds. So when that finishes up, we'll eat another berry, and by then we should have everything we need to go build a house. So the 2 doors and 4 windows there, and that's going to finish off our house. And let's see if we have enough charcoal to make a rainwater purifier. There, oh, massive amounts. So yes, we're going to deactivate this. We're going to take all, empty that. We got 1 spot to make make the water purifier first. I believe we can make one. Now we're short on stone. Interesting. Grab I like to keep a minimum of 30 stone on me at all times, just simply because you have to be able to repair your knives on the fly. Sometimes you'll kill just 1 wolf and run up to it and think you got, just that one, and our stamina is out. I forgot to berry up, so let's berry up and refresh that stack, and then go back to the mining here with fresh stamina at 150%. I'm going to grab 40 here because, well, I believe this rainwater purifier takes, well, it only takes 4, but now I have 36. So rainwater purifier, enough charcoal to put in it. can pick up this fireplace. Then look at the map and decide where we want to go. I happen to like this area down here in F5. As you play, you'll find different areas. I'm familiar with this map, so I'm not a newbie as far as that goes. To double place or to place the one and only pointer you have on a map, you just find whatever section on the map that you want to, and then double click to delay that pointer guide, and it'll show up in your compass. I'll show you another thing. Buffaloes are absolutely harmless. You can walk up to them. You can actually push them around. They do kind of grunt and groan if you push them a lot, so I've never had one actually attack me from pushing it. Pressing G puts your weapon or device away, and you run about 10% faster with nothing in your hands. So it's always recommended to just put your weapons away. I hear a wolf close. Where are you, my friend? Come on, pant again. I know you're here. I don't want to go looking for that wolf and end up fighting a bear, so back to where we were. I pick a few berries. I don't want to pick too much because we just don't need to be carrying around the extra weight. But they don't weigh that much, and the pocket will hold at least 50 of them, so that's not bad. There's chamois, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think somewhere in this area here is where I want to be, right there where that wolf is. Wolf, you've taken my territory here. I'm going to recharge up on stamina before I go after him. Ooh. Cagey little bastard. Whoop, and there's the problem. Switch weapons, let's go into the water. They're slower than you are in the water, so if you can get them into the water and then backpedal like that, you can generally take advantage of that. They're stupid creatures. They'll keep coming after you, even if they can't lunge at you and do anything. Let's see. I want to skin this guy here, and then we have to make a run for oxygen because we're going to die real soon. And that may be the learning lesson here. Pay attention to your stats. There's one. We'll pick that up. We're going to go right in here. Where'd it go? Yep, right into the suit. We're just going to consume it straight out of the suit. Both of them. And as you can see, it doesn't do much. Consuming is the least effective way to deal with the oxide, but you know it'll do what you need it to do in a hurry, like in that situation there. And now it's in the suit. No, because my backpack is full and all my quick select slots are full, it's going directly into the suit. Actually, this looks like a very, very decent place to put a base. So I like the fact that the rivers, we're going to have to drop something here. Drop that to get an opening in our bar. If it says colliding, it just means the water is too shallow. Press and hold F to access, and then throw in the charcoal. And while we're waiting for that to charge up a little bit, we'll repair both the knives and both of the axes and get everything back up to snuff. And we'll come out of the water here, and yeah, we're gonna just deploy this. We'll end up moving this again, but for the time being, put it here just so we can get some meat on the fire. I'm holding control while pressing on those, and that's what's transferring things. So we're full up on water. We've got a few inventory slots we got to deal with. I'm going to go to the map here because I'm in a completely different location, and I'm going to double click right on top of me to set the pointer to my current location. Large oxide deposits in the form of big rocks are generally found around cliff faces, so I'll make a run towards a cliff face here and find exactly what I'm looking for. A couple of oxide deposits buried up for about 3 minutes. So we'll take advantage of that. We do not have bandages yet, but I did level up. I have 7 points here, so I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Because if you go to inventory, you'll see here that there's a wound and that there's an infected wound that needs countered with antibiotics. So back to the tech tree here, grab some antibiotic paste. Guess we'll grab the anti-parasitic, some health recovery, suture kit. We'll take care of all of the health related stuff. Grab a wood spear, and then we'll leave the other one for later. So now, if we have enough fiber, we can actually take care of the standard wound by consuming that. That was very loud, so that means that there's a moa real close. And we don't draw attention to ourselves, we're good with standing here. And he's already walked out of range, so. The count over on the right hand side, it currently says 16, 17, now 20. That's the total amount that you have on you. It's not the total amount that's in your suit. So just be aware of that. You can actually die of oxygen deprivation and have hundreds of oxide on you at the same time if you're not paying attention. The buffalo. When the buffalo are up against the cliff faces like that, they kind of get stuck, and then they'll start to grunt and groan. And oh man! And so I guess we get a lesson here on respawning too, because when you don't have a spawn point set, it randomly respawns you into different locations. So here we go. We'll respawn back in and carry on from where we were. It does penalize you when you die a little bit in experience points. It doesn't take a level away, so it will reset you like back down to 0 if that's the case. When you respawn, you have to go back to your map to get a marker, and it's going to show you where you died and where any other marker that you have is placed. And it usually always puts you on the opposite side of the river from where your ship landed. It was actually good timing because a lot of people are very, very intimidated over the storms. And another lesson on this is if you look over on the lower left-hand corner there, you see, even though I was dropped in by ship, I still have an infected wound. It's kind of an annoying thing in here, and the only way that wound will go away inside of the next 25 minutes is if I make that antibiotic paste. And by that we got to look at it here. Antibiotic paste is silica, charcoal, and yeast. So we know where the charcoal is. Silica and yeast is, if we run into it, if we run into that silica or yeast, you know, we want to grab up a few of those. So. Most of those animals, aside from a wolf pack, will actually abandon the area if it takes you a long time to get back to it in this situation. So a lot of times you're cleared to just kind of run up, grab your pack, and then start over again from where you left off. And I'm going to bury up before I even take everything. You can use a mouse and press take all, or you can hit the Q button on your keyboard, which is considerably quicker. When it comes to storms, I believe that was only like a level 2 storm. It wasn't that intense. You know, and we're out and working, so it's not very intimidating, not hugely intimidating, but sometimes the storms can get massive, especially lightning storms. And they will put a massive amount of hurt on you. But we're going to do the building here. Got all the basic components for the building. This has an actual grid system on here, but before you lay the first piece, there is no grid. And if you look over on the right, it says reset focus grid. You can press that and it will reset the grid. And but in this point we want the grid, so 7 for floors here. And a lot of times you'll find that you have to change perspective quite a bit to get it to do what you want it to do. You hear the creaking and see the cracks on there, that means that corner is unstable. You can go out to 3, but over time that third one will break until at least you manage to put in posts to stabilize it, and then as you can see the cracking has gone away. And that one there is for what I was talking to you about before with catching everything on fire. We're going to put the fire pit, the campfire, on top of that to prevent us from walking through it. And I'm pressing and holding R to get this the different wall sections to come up. And apparently I did not make enough walls. Why did I not make the 6? I don't know. We'll put the roof sections in that we have and get that done. Now to make the roof section an actual stairway, press and hold R and then select stairs from there. And then it's R to change the direction. There's that. And then on this one here, it always starts you with the left, but for whatever reason, a lot of times it'll show inside out. And if you want to reverse that, just R again to flip it around to where the arrow is pointing outward, which is where you want it. And so that was the left side, and we don't want to put a left side here, we want to put a right side here. So press and hold the R and select the right angle section. And oh, wait a minute, we just didn't, I just did a boo-boo. That was 8 I wanted there. Overproduced because if you see the shadows here of the things that I've built before, once they're empty, you can build items just by clicking those buttons on your hotbar. And that becomes counterproductive. If you want to erase those memories, you can drag a tool across them there and then put the tool back and it will erase all of those hotbar memories. So now we're going to finish up here by putting the doors on, windows, and for the half wall pieces. The reasoning for this is if you put your bedroll on the floor during heavy storms, it can get destroyed by the wind and weather, even if your building doesn't take, damage. So, yeah, I just used the half sections and a ladder to make an area up off the ground. So now we will show you what the whole purpose of this is. We're going to empty off, well, we're going to take everything off of it, take the fuel out of it, and pick this up and put it in its rightful home, because we don't want to be stepping on that and then carrying fire around with us. We're going to put it on top of this there, and now there's absolutely no way that you can walk on top of that campfire. So we're going to put this stuff back on it, put 100 wood in it, put the charcoal back in it, and yeah, now we're ready to do some hunting. As soon as we tech up and get, well, I guess we do have the weapon we need. And we've got 5 points available. I'm going to grab the wood rag torch. I'll grab the stone armor, or bone armor. That's 2 of the things I need. And got all the health things I want. I'm on level 5. I want crates there. I want that medium crate. And this bone sickle is very useful for, it gives you an extra 100% from picking plants. So if you were picking up fiber and getting 8 or 10 at a time, it's 16 or 20. Like there I pressed F and got like 12. I can find another buried plant. It'll give us 25 or 30 here just by using the bone sickle. I'll make one. Uh, 19, so still closer to double digits than, well, closer to 20 than you'd ever get picking them by hand. So there's that. We want spears to do hunting. And our goal is to get 20 fur by midnight, preferably. I don't want to be that late. And it just so happened that one of the terrifying murder horses just popped up in our territory, so we're going to take care of that, and hopefully he's got some fur in store for us. No fur. It's kind of common for these the bigger horses to not have any fur, which is annoying. The deer, especially like that right there, that's prime. That's what I want. And yes, that was a lucky shot, but there has been a bit of practice as far as that's concerned. You have to lead them. This game does take physics into account, so you do have to lead them, and also take into account for the drop of items. The buffaloes you cannot skin without a steel knife, so just so you know, the reason why I don't even touch those. I see another one of those murder horses here, so I'm going to repair both of my knives. And a straight-on headshot with the spear is not good, but if you go from the side, the spears are fantastic. See if this guy has any fur. No fur, so the only reason to hunt them is for their leather and, well, to prevent them from murdering you. And there's a whole bunch of them here, so we're just gonna and you see that, how I had to aim, I had to lead him considerably in order to take him down. Oh, he had 2 leathers, or 2 fur, which is a nice bonus. I only need 1 now for my bed. And as soon as we find the bed and get all this stuff on the grill, we're gonna call it episode 1. And I tell you what, for those of you who know what's coming, and don't like it, the idea, look away. But I'm going to see if this guy has the fur we need. Oftentimes they do. They're smaller, they're furry little creatures. Nope. Daggone it. Well, I will use the meat for medicines. You look like a furry little morsel. A boar. And we're going to get out of his sight range there. There's also a wolf near him. I can hear the wolf panting. All right, now you're just pissing me off. Oh. The bad thing about using Alright, well, we just pissed him off. Apparently we got enough of a bite on him that with that spear that oh, I hear him. Where you at? Oh. And unfortunately it was too dark, I couldn't see him. So we'll respawn back in, come in and grab all of our fur now that the wolf's gone away. And we will call it an episode after we make the bed and get a good night's sleep. Spawn number 2, and you'll see that this time, let's see. Yeah, we're entirely up on the east side of the river and have a long march to get to where we need to be, especially with no light at all, which is quite fun. But we'll make up a light source real quick. Need 40 fiber for that and some sticks. So we're short a stick or two. You can sometimes grab those in fiber, so yeah, there we go. That's the only thing that we're going to craft up. Just so you guys can see what's going on here, because I can make the jump in the dark. I'll bury up too, just so we can get some more stamina. That extra 50% stamina, especially when you're making long distance runs like this, makes a major difference. Especially when I'm hit with the negative of that infected bleed and the cold from the exposure. Definitely making a point to stop on the stamina bar before I hit the absolute bottom, because you don't want to run out of breath and then have to stop and gasp for air like that, for instance, because it takes 2 more seconds to build up stamina, and it's just it's a loss of time. Much like this is trying to find an opening to jump up into. Too tall, too tall, too tall. It's alright, we're going the right direction anyway. Got storm exposure hitting us pretty hard. We're running. Forgot to watch the stamina bar. Oh, look, there's a house. We shouldn't be too far away at this point. Go out here a little ways, grab our stuff up. Back to the house. And the disappointing part is, I think it's raining bad enough that I won't be able to actually cook any of this food. This stack of 11, I'm not going to cook at all. I'm going to let it directly spoil, because you use spoiled meat and spoiled plants in some medicine concoctions. So, okay, so those aren't even going to go on the grill. We need to take some of this stuff off. Is that cooked? That's cooked, yeah. So I've got enough room to put these 2 on the grill. And that's cooking. We'll make the bedroll. Oh, wow. Okay. We're going to call it there because I need to level up one more level. It's only 3,000 points, so let's grind that out on something. Like chopping these trees down. Ooh. That kind of just jumped off there. The only time you'll see me grind out something is when when I do something stupid and forget to unlock something on the tree like that. You get 300 XP for chopping a tree down, and I think you get another, I don't know exactly what the number is, but you get a considerable amount for removing, every piece of the tree. It didn't show it there, but there should have been something. Grabbing. And I was intentionally trying to fall that straight over there to the west, and the daggone thing decided it was going to fall right on my house. I've got a Tyrannus over here, buffalo, and all that. Good times. In all actuality, if my health was doing better, I would go after the Tyrannus. For a kill shot with a sphere, it's around 1,100 points. So you'll level up quite quick with those. But if you miss, you end up having to go with them, go against them hand to hand, and that's not pretty all the time. Let's see if we have the same luck here. Nope. 66,000 out of the 67 I need. And I am at the average YouTube video time, so I'm not feeling real bad here. Over encumbered, so I'm just going to throw some of these wood piles down. I'm just going to hit max there, make 4 of them. It pops up in your first empty slot or first slot that contains wood, so that's that. And if you do them quick enough, if you lay them down quick enough, you can just select your hotbar item number that they come up in, and drop them all down in sequence. And repair these knives for the XP. Put the 22 extra excess that we had in there. Dang on it. 5. My gaming mouse is having seizures occasionally. It wants to change the tool or weapon that you have, the hotbar item, every time I move the mouse backwards. It's highly annoying. 450 to 830. That can. Just chopping this tree down should do it. There we go. We're going to leave it like that. Go to the tech tree, grab the bedroll, go to crafting, select it, craft, find it there, drop it into the hotbar, and then we're going to deploy it. Ooh, we got some repairs to do in the morning. That's all right though. Climb the ladder, come back here, and I found that if you deploy this bedroll right in the middle of this, you don't have room to place anything else up on this. But if you deploy it as far out as possible, as far in as possible, generally, is where I put it. It leaves you room to put a storage cabinet over there. I'm going to hold F, set my spawn point, press F to enter the bed, and then call it the end of the video. Thank you for watching.